So, you've handled business as you should. Oh, no, she's eating you up. You need to get her. So, you've handled business as you should, but I think you need some friends.
You're too blind, I'm too bad, you too fine. Whole team up, fucked it up, the money coming. Bitch glued up now, look who I'm becoming. These days I can tell I'm running or I'm running. Coming from the block, set it up, get it jumping.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Schwalina, and this is the second video of my Surviving College series. Here's the first one. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's about how to survive college drama. So I thought a good follow-up would be how to make friends in college. And as a side note, I like to apologize for the constant chirping of the smoke detector in the background. I don't really know how to stop that. I think it just started yesterday. So just try to ignore it. I'll try to speak over it, but don't pay too much mind to it. Honestly, I believe at the end of the day, if someone's meant to be in your life, they're gonna find their way in. But as a freshman, or in my case a sophomore, because 2020 kind of messing all that up, I had to make with the opportunities I was given with and create some opportunities of my own. Whether you approach someone or someone approaches you, make use of every situation given to you. And to save yourself some time, watch my video on types of friends to avoid. Alright, so tip number 1 is use Instagram. Instagram is your best friend now. If you didn't have Instagram before, I recommend getting it just to make those college connections because it makes stuff so much easier. And back in 2020, because once more, we're at home, we don't have in-person orientations where usually you can forge those connections. I was spending a lot of time on Instagram. I may or may not put a video in, but every freshman class for every college should have a page on Instagram. All you have to do is type the college name, put in your current class, and these are usually formed right after admission results are released. And there should be several pages for your class. Just know though, if the page is asking you to pay money to be able to have your picture posted, that's a dub and a scam. You do not have to pay $1 to find people. And honestly, you don't even need to be posted on the pages for real. It can help to put yourself out there, but if you see someone cool on a page, all you need to do is DM them, follow them, whatever you want, just like interact with them. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. What I used to do was I would go into people's DMs and I would say, hey, we're going to the same school. And then I find something interesting about the person and compliment them on it. Like, oh, you got really cool locks. I like your style. You seem fly. And then a conversation should result from that. How I found my current close friend and roommate for a second year, love you, is we used to DM back and forth and we would comment on each other's posts. And I don't remember if it was me or her, but one of us posted about, hey, can someone go around me on campus? Like, I don't know where anything is. And I was like, girl, let's figure this out together so we don't get lost on the first day of school. I still got lost on the first day of school, but that offset a connection and a bond for life. I'm real serious about that. If you don't want to just randomly DM people, then the second best thing you can do is if you see something you want to reply to on their story, just reply. Just like reply, no expectations. That is how my fake friend got me. She replied to one of my stories and I was like, oh, you seem fun. And that set off something too. So I mean, you have a pretty good chance. Like if they don't respond, if they don't open it, they leave it on red, oh well, on to the next. But you have to make an effort. Okay, but speaking about the fake friend, don't look into any connections that you haven't met in person. And I feel like that's common sense, but I think during the pandemic, it was like a lot easier to get lost into connections we made online already, because I mean, we can't meet anyone in person for real. But as a precaution, don't have too many expectations. Don't hold like this certain standard until you've actually met them, because you will save yourself a lot of trouble in the long run. And on another note, people may reach out to you too, because yes, people may find you fascinating and want to get to know you. Make sure you're checking your requests and you don't miss anyone. So back in 2020, and this was right before freshman year, so you know, that summer 2020, there was this big first year group chat on an application called Loop chat, and I believe it's defunct now, so don't go searching for it. But it was pretty fun. It was live, it was lit, it was cute. It trended a few times on Twitter for a few notable moments. And while I wouldn't say I'm close to anyone in that group chat, I say I have like a few acquaintances from it that I see on campus or at parties and events to this day. I would say actually the people that I'm cooler with, they made a separate group chat for both. Nowadays, it's definitely group me. You're not gonna find your best friend in a class group me, and if you do, congratulations. That's not the point. But group me's for clubs, group me's for interests, and you can usually find these on Instagrams. Once again, this is why Instagram's important. You search up a club on Instagram and they will have usually a link tree, and it will link to a group me. You need to make an effort to talk to people, and you can for sure make new friends for the group me. You can learn about events, you can meet new people. So it's a great resource. Number 3 on this list is go to your college events. I know I just heard some groaning, but as a first year, in my case, second year, it was really fun, honestly, going to Aztec nights. Those are the at-night events that we have at San Diego State, because I know some of y'all just scratch your head like, what state? San Diego State University. But essentially, it is events that the universities throw, not only the first week of school, but that's usually the ones that have the most attendance to prevent students from going off and drinking off campus or on campus, honestly, and going to parties and just general buffoonery. Honestly though, if you're looking for something fun to do after an Aztec night, you should go to a party. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. I'm just saying. Anyway, Aztec nights is how I found 2 of my closest friends and one of my friends that I'm cool with to this day. Basically, they were at one of the Aztec nights, and this is a whole story and a half, truly. But they were at the Aztec night. I recognized 2 of them from Instagram, and one of the 2, I actually recognized her from my Zoom classes, where she would always look mad as hell, but she was being stylish as usual. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta say hi. So I actually ran into the friend that I was cool with at first, and then she brought me to them. And then afterwards, we went to a white frat party that played Megan after we requested them to.
Real hot girl shit.
It was a fun night. It was a good memory. That's like one of the core memories I have from this school. All right, so this is more so a continuation of the group chat, but go to club and organization events. Okay, this is how you really make the connections. It's one thing to be talking in the group chat, but to actually show up and to talk with some members and some new members as well, that is how you're gonna make the connections. And since y'all should have a common interest in something, the conversation should flow better. And at the beginning of the semester, that's when most clubs and organizations are trying to gain and retain new members. So if you might be more on an introverted side, they will try to include you in discussions regardless. So take advantage of that. All right, number 5, kiki with your classmates, honey. This serves 2 purposes. Number 1, you got someone to catch you up and let you know of any reminders in case you miss class. And number 2, if y'all really click, you just made a new friend. So that first week of the semester, first 2 weeks, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. Talk to anyone. I mean, anyone in your vicinity. Give phone numbers, get IGs, do what you need to do. I'ma say it too, is usually the first person you talk to is not the one you're going to be talking to for the rest of the semester, but just brush it off. Keep an open mind. You don't have to be anyone's best friend, but you might surprise yourself with who you end up really bonding with in class. Just take the chance. You know, have someone you're cool with in every class. That'll do you some good. All right, number 6. Check out the party scene. And I know this is very cliche coming from a San Diego State student, but you can meet a cool variety of people at them, okay? Just make sure you don't drink too much, that you don't remember no one's name. And you don't have to drink to have fun either. Just know that. But I got in like a lot of people's Instagrams at parties, and then later I see them on campus, and it's a cute time. It's a very cute time, and that's how I met my other roommate 2 years ago. I met her at a Halloween party, and I thought because I would have seen her before, so I found that kind of interesting. But those broads are cliquey as hell. She went to one of their events and they were very standoffish, so that turned her off. And I don't want anybody to come at me for that, because it's true. I have multiple accounts of people going to these events. The people act cliquey and standoffish, and now they don't feel welcome, then they don't want to be in the area. So I don't want to hear nothing about it. Maybe work on being more inclusive or something. Next point. All right, this one's gonna get some side eyes, but just hear me out. Dating apps. Boo. Stop booing me. I got a point. Let me speak. Me personally, I don't usually use dating apps with the intentions of making friends. But I have made one really good friend who I talk to this day on there. And I mean an actual friend. Like, we hang out. We were chatting, things were going well, and then we got each other's Instagrams, and now all we do is view each other's stories for eternity. On a side note, if you're talking to someone on a dating app and it's going well and y'all want to take it off that, do not get their social media. Get their phone number first. Because every time I've done it with the social media, it goes nowhere. But the phone number is more likely y'all finna go on that date or whatever. Jot that down. Basically, the key to making a friend on a dating app is just find something in their bio that can basically be a hangout. Like, her bio had said, I'd never been to a party before, and I was literally going to a party the next day. So I was like, I can take you to a party. And we went to a magazine launch, and then we went to a party, and we had a ball of a time, and all that drama happened. But she wasn't involved in it. She wasn't involved in the drama, but it's just interesting to see how that all coincided. Coincided. It's pronounced coincided. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have experience being one of those people that have looking for friends on their dating apps, but I can say on these applications, there is something for everyone, and you can probably find what you desire. And as usual, take precaution when you're meeting people off the internet. Tell your friends, maybe meet up in a group. If they're coming over to your apartment, make sure if you got roommates, that's even better. Make sure they're home. Stuff like that. I mean, don't meet for the first time in your apartment. You meet in a public place. Let's be smart here. All right, we reached the end. You incorporate these tips and I promise you're gonna find some friends. And know that it's not all going to be seamless. There are gonna be some DMs that are never opened and unanswered. Sometimes you'll be ignored in group chats. Usually what I do, I just curse them out and then they respond. That's worked for me. And sometimes you just don't click with people and you make really bad friends. Watch that. Should I cut the friend off video? But at the end of the day, if you keep persevering, you keep pushing through, or you let people come to you, the people that are meant to be in your life, they're gonna find you regardless. It's fit check time. Glasses, Target, earrings, Forever 21, necklace was a gift from someone, top, Ross, skirt, Q, here's the whole fit. I'm gonna do a spinny spin for y'all again. Come on. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And best of luck on your friendship journey. You're gonna find your people.